guy that grew up loving football, it's the Green Bay Packers. I mean, this is like the mecca of the football world to me, and probably to most people who grew up loving football. Just being here and driving in the Lambo every day, it still feels surreal. The community, maybe the best fans in all of the world as well. I mean, that made a really, really hard decision for me. Leaving Boston College, players that I love, staff that I loved, the leadership at the school. It made a really hard decision a lot easier, and ultimately that's why I decided to come. And now that my head's finally cleared up a little bit and I see things a heck of a lot more clearly than when I was making that decision, there's no doubt about it that I made a great one. And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be around all you guys. I'm excited to be a part of the staff, some of the new guys that we brought in, and I really can't wait to get going.
What is packing with you, YouTube? Khtv back with another video. Now that you've seen and you heard that, let's get into this shit. You know, it's a lot going on right now during the off season. Cam Newton, stop provoking and picking on those kids at your football camp, man. If any of you guys have been watching any YouTube videos with Cam Newton at his 7-on-7 football camps, he pokes and provokes those kids on the field. He talks trash. They talk trash back to him. And I could see why the incident escalated the way it escalated. Cam talks a lot of trash. The kids talk a lot of trash. You have all of these different 7-on-7 ball clubs. Antsy, very competitive, and sometimes things get out of control. Cam, you got to do a better job. So with that being said, let's get into Packer football talk. Let's talk David Bakhtiari. Okay. If he's with the team, it's going to cost us $40 million. We don't know what the Packers going to do about his contract, while you have all the NFL fans this offseason trying to play GM, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out how much money all the teams can save, their favorite team can save in cap space, and, you know, cut this guy and you can save this much and you can pick up this guy in the draft. Let the GMs and the whoever's working with the GMs, let them do their job. Now, I know y'all all want to play pretend and everybody want to come out, oh, my mock draft one. You know, that's cool. That's all, you know, that's cool. That's cool. You know, I guess it's needed. Just so we can see what kind of players that the Green Bay Packers might be interested in at some of the positions that might have a need. So I see why, But, you know, to each his own. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. 9 times out of 10, we're always wrong when it comes to how much money the Packers want to save in cap space and who they're going to draft. So we'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to, make fun of anybody making videos like that. Hey, do what you want to do. But to me, my opinion, I just think it's pointless because we're not inside those rooms. We don't hear what's going on. We don't know what kind of decisions this organization is going to make as far as who they planning on drafting and, if they plan on trading up or trading out, trading down. We don't know that. We don't know what specifically they're really looking for as far as free agents. We don't know that. This is all rumor stuff. And, we get a little, I want to say, consumed on what's being put out there in the media and in the news as far as what the team is deciding to do. So, yeah, go on, do that, have fun with it. Me personally, I'm not really interested into digging deep. Like the Packers are not paying me to play GM and pick free agents. So that's why I don't engage into that until after the fact when guys are picked up and, guys are drafted. So that's where I let that live and that's where I let that lie. Yeah, let's get into why we really here. Oh, shout out to Rashawn Gary for restructuring his contract, saving the Packers around $4.5 million in cap space. A plus. You know, we have the new salary cap that came out. Everybody thought it was going to be at $224 million. The NFL said no, we'll make it at $225. Remember, we had the pandemic year where they brought some money back, so now they're adding that money to what they took out from the COVID seasons. Remember, they brought the salary cap down during COVID. Now they're putting that money back. So that's all that was, you know, making up for the past. So we have $255 million salary cap, which put the Packers at around $8 million. $8 million, you know, $8 million in the salary cap. At first, before that decision was made, the Packers were at zero. We didn't have no money. But now that the new salary cap is out, we have $8 million in salary cap space. Don't know what Packers are going to do with that. But one thing I do know is once the money goes up, the more money the player is going to ask for. It's just common economics, right? Common sense economics right there. So Darnell Savage, what is he going to do? How much is he going to ask for? Right now, there is no negotiating being done right now. I guess they're waiting until we get into March to do that. But yeah, with Rashawn Gary restructuring, I'm pretty sure, you know, it's going to be some other Packer players that restructure. One of those, namely Kenny Clark, he should restructure. Don't know if Elton is going to restructure. It might be a few other players that restructure their contracts, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see what Russ Ball and what the Packers decide in the negotiation with the players that they need to restructure. So, yeah, let's get into this so we can end this video. Jeff Hafley had his press conference, said a lot of good things, said the right things, you know, typical thing that you want to hear from a defensive coordinator. Brought in Sean Dugan as his assistant defensive coordinator. Sean Dugan pretty much been with Jeff Hafley for like the last, 8-9 years. So it makes sense for him to bring in somebody, you know, it's going to be over the linebacker position. But it's good to bring in somebody that you know that's been successful in areas where you've seen them be successful at while they were with you. So congratulations to Sean Dugan and coming on board. We added a couple of strength and conditioning trainers from various teams, one of those being noted, the 49ers. Like the move. All we got to do is see how all of these things, as far as the coaching staff that's being built right now, that's mainly what we're seeing is the coaching staff being built for this team. We just got to see how it all translates on the field, man. I mean, I know a lot of people have been putting out their opinions on, you know, the hiring of Jeff Hafley, and a lot of players around the league have spoken highly of him. But, you know, I'm not satisfied until I see the results on the field, you know, what this guy is going to bring to the table as far as gameplay on the field. You know what I mean? He's saying a lot of the right things as far as, you know, the Green Bay being the mecca of football. We know that. We know this is the greatest football team in all American sports. We know that. We know that. So he wasn't really saying anything new. I mean, yeah, he had the energy. Of course you're going to have energy when you become the guy of a new position on a new team, right? So you have to bring some energy. And, you know, all I could do was take everything that he said at a grain of salt, not really jumping to conclusions or going overboard about this defensive coordinator pick and what he said in his press conference. He did speak highly of his he spoke about, how difficult it would be for his family moving and things like that, coming into Green Bay. It's not really much to do. So he's just been enjoying the process of watching film. And, he wants to play man defense. He wants the DBs to be physical, hands-on with the receivers. I like that. Sounds great. Sounds really great. But like I said, everything that he said has to translate. Where, guys? Say it with me. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. On the field. It has to translate on the field. I guess it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, he said some good things. But at the end of the day, when the season starts, it has to manifest on the field. You could talk a great game, you could preach it and all of that, but coaching it and the guys understanding it to where it is being performed on the field is what matters the most. Plus, the Green Bay Packers still have a lot to do before we even see that happen. Fixing this defense a little bit more, adding speed, adding tackling, the coaching has to be there. The guys have to buy into the scheme. So it's a whole lot of things that have to take place before we get to September. So, that's my spiel on the whole deal. Shout out to TR. Shout out to AJ, Higher Point of View, Big Nate, Packer fan in Vegas, my boy B-Mac. Who else am I missing? Man, so many of y'all, man. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. I'm going to end this video. I got things to do. So we'll probably drop another video next week. Just wanted to stop in, holler at y'all. Shout out to the subscribers, man. Let's try to shoot for 1,000 this year. And then once we get to 1,000, we'll discuss what my plans are with this channel. So until then, go Pack, go.